Welcome back to our flagship show. We're here in downtown Toronto, but we're worldwide. As right now, we're showcasing Wisconsin Dells, all the veterans and all the supporters. Veterans are our heroes. So before I get carried away, I want to introduce our first guest from the Veterans Ranch. I want to introduce VP and co-founder JR. JR, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm going to say welcome to everybody freezing up north from sunny Central Florida.
Well, just to add to that, we all are hockey fans. So there's my Toronto Maple Leaf cup, as you can see, right?
Well, I'm originally from St. Louis, so let's go Blues.
There you go. So, hey, Bozak, we got Bozak down there. I know. So JR, thanks again for being on the show today. And thank you for all you do for supporting the veterans. So before we get to today's event, briefly tell us about your platform and maybe what you do on a day-to-day operation. And that will lead us right into the fundraiser.
Absolutely. And thank you all for having me on here today. And thank you all for your support watching and listening today. The Veterans Ranch, you'll see the logo on my shirt. It'll say PJJR Ranch Corp. That's the official name of the charity. DBA is the Veterans Ranch. So if you go to guidestar.org, which is a charity that reports on charities, you put in PJJR Ranch Corp, and that's how you'll find us. We were formed in December of 2017 with the sole purpose and mission of assisting veterans and their immediate household families through equine therapy. God's majestic animal, the horse, is extremely intuitive, but they're a prey animal, meaning they don't know you, they don't trust you. You have to build a bond of trust with that animal the same way you do with people. So we're going to put a grooming brush in your hand. We're going to start getting you to work that rhythmic motion of grooming that horse, building that bond of trust, with the inevitable goal really of getting you to lay down heavy coats of burden and start walking off into an improved version of yourself.
That's wonderful. And I commend you so much because I'm obviously, we're all animal lovers, but the horses, like you said, are just so majestic, special creatures. We actually did a feature at a horse farm, and I was just blown away by how beautiful they are. It's just so beautiful. And like you said, they really assist people who are in need, just like dogs, right? So yeah, continue, bro.
Really can. I love dogs. I have an 85-pound lap dog sleeping right over here on the floor, but I still believe to this day that horses are even more intuitive. Animals as a whole can give you great therapy, but what a horse can do for you. We did an event a month ago called Horses and Heroes Jamboree, where we were doing liberty training with horses. And after working with these individual horses for an hour, one person had a horse come up and touch his nose right here on his chest, and that young man melted, just lost it. Was it because the horse touched him? No, it was because everything, the power that horse represents, made everything start melting off him. When we say lay down heavy coats of burden, we mean when the demons start creeping in, you don't go to the dark places, you don't go to the booze, you don't go to the pills, and you sure don't think about grabbing a gun or any of the above. Okay, you learn how to process things better or differently so you can reach back and grab that next veteran and give them a hand up and give the next one a hand up so they don't necessarily fall into the pitfalls that maybe weren't there for you when you got out of the service.
All about kindness and encouragement. I love that. Actually, just to quote one of the great generals of, I think it was maybe the First World War, and there was a young private, whatever, maybe 17, 18 years old, and he could tell that he was nervous as heck. And the general came up to him and just said, to put his hand on his shoulder and just said, courage, boy. And he said, all the anxiety just flew through it just left my body, right? So when you say about kindness and horses and animals and how they can be so supportive, I cannot agree more. So whereabouts is your platform? Where are you located, JR?
We are located in Lakeland, Florida. We're also registered in the great state of Texas. Lakeland, for people that haven't been to Florida, is halfway between Disney World and Tampa. Just kind of put a pin on that map, on the I-4 corridor, as they call it. Right now, we are growing and trying to get into our own piece of dirt, as we say. We just started year 5 of this nonprofit. We use other people's horses. We set up events, trail rides, therapy sessions. Part of what we're doing today is raising money for a giant coalition of veteran support organizations to help us all grow and expand to that next level we need to be at. So all of a sudden you're hearing us going, wow, they're just like fill in the blank of the people you see on TV every night asking for monthly donations.
That's great. So why don't we take a quick break, because when I come back, I want to talk about today's event and how you guys are supporting it and how people can get involved with your organization and so much to ask. So stay tuned. You're watching the Today Show Toronto. I'm Jay Stoyan. We're focusing on our fundraiser in Wisconsin, February 22nd, 2022. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.